Hello there. Welcome to my class. Now let's talk about the food chain of the ocean. The oceans are home to so many different animals. Some are very small, and some are very big like whales, sharks, and dolphins. All of the animals, no matter what size, need food to survive just like us humans. The food chain of the ocean shows where each animal of the ocean gets its food from. The smallest creatures are at the very bottom of the food chain. The bottom of the food chain starts off with plants. There are many tiny living plants in the ocean, such as algae and plankton, which are the producers of the food chain. The creatures or plants use energy from the sun and nutrients floating in the water to make their own food. These producers at the bottom of the food chain are then eaten by bigger creatures called consumers. The animals at this step of the food chain cannot make their own food, so they must eat the producers to survive. There are so many levels of consumers in the food chain, and eventually, the largest creatures, such as whales, will eat whatever is below. However, just because the creatures at the top of the chain are bigger, doesn't mean they are more important than the smaller creatures at the bottom. All animals in the ocean are important to the food chain, and the bigger ones cannot survive without the smaller ones. The smallest creatures on the bottom of the food chain are so small that you can't actually see them, but they are still so very important. The first level of consumers that eat these tiny producers are the herbivores, who eat the tiny plants at the bottom. The plant-eating herbivores are also very small, but we are able to see them. The next level of consumers on the food chain is the carnivores, which are mostly fish. These fish make up the rest of the food chain, which includes sharks, seals, whales, and other bigger animals. The food chain is very important at all levels, no matter what size the animals are. But the bigger fish will always eat the smaller fish. Well, that's all I have for the food chain of the ocean. Stay tuned for the next cool lesson.